I'm Rusty Maynard, and I'm on the Board of Directors for Leadership Training for Christ, along with my brothers Donnie Bean and Mitchell Haynes. And I'm coming on our behalf to tell you how much we appreciate people who volunteer to help with Leadership Training for Christ. Our theme this year goes particularly well with that, because Jesus calls on us to go the extra mile, and sometimes volunteers go the extra mile, and it's so much appreciated. The book of Matthew is just stuffed full of Jesus' teaching that counters culture, the culture of his day and our day. I mean, who today really suggests that you do extra? But Jesus does, and that's part of what leadership is about. And so our volunteers are so important. Now, no one in Leadership Training for Christ gets paid. The fees are used for convention space and t-shirts and the plaques and other costs like that. But no one gets a salary. And we borrow and bum every possible thing we can to run the convention to keep the cost low for our kiddos. And so that means that volunteers are so important. There's a few different categories of volunteers I wanted to mention. One is at the home church, in your home congregation, when you volunteer to be a coach or a mentor or to help your church coordinator. They have a pretty big job. And so the more adults or young adults who can kick in and give them a hand, the better and the more powerful the LTC program is going to be in the home church. The next two categories, or three, goes more with the convention itself. One of those areas is evaluators. Now, we have a set of guidelines that we work from. There's an educational rubric that's been developed for each event. And our intention there is to use sound principles from the Scripture as well as sound principles from education to help our young people grow and to stretch, so that their event not only is an opportunity for them to demonstrate what they can do, but also a growing experience. And evaluators are a big part of that. And sometimes people are hesitant to be evaluators, but basically when you sign up to be an evaluator for a particular event, the event coordinator will meet with you. They will have some paperwork for you that helps you understand the different points that we're looking for in the performance of the student or the team. You'll mark those things down. You'll make some comments. We try to keep those comments encouraging to kind of push people to grow a little bit, but encourage them in the Lord, because that's what LTC is about. So when you volunteer to be an evaluator, you serve a huge role in Leadership Training for Christ. So consider that. Another way to help out is to volunteer to be a door monitor at the convention. Now, being a door monitor is basically being a person who stands inside the door and shares with a person who stands outside the door, and only open the door when there's a break between the events. What we want to prevent, I've seen it happen over and over and over again, we want to prevent somebody who's well-meaning, but nevertheless who opens the door so that the roar that's going on in the hallway, and there always is because we're excited and we're happy and we want to be, but that sound overtakes especially our younger children on the stage. And I don't think it's fair for us to ask our kids to do their very best, and because of our own schedule, we have to we open that door up well-meaning, but nonetheless, it has a big impact. So door monitors are important to me. So if you volunteer to be a door monitor, it's only for one event. But if you can help us in that way, that helps us just keep the doors closed when we have our kids on the stage, and then open them up and run that particular part of the event, and it's really important. Then the last thing is sometimes we need general help at the convention. Now, we've made appeals before, and I've yet to not have a gob of people be willing to extend their hands to help us. But when you go, this is a leadership event. This is about looking for ways to help, looking for ways to lead. And so if you see something that needs to be done, we invite you to pitch in and help us get that done, or be listening to our announcements, maybe pick up this or help us load that, or things like that. The opportunities are great. God is at work in the Midwest and in our area. For further updates on how our planning is coming along for this event, go to our website, which is www.mwltc.org, and you can learn a lot there. You can like us on Facebook, or you can give us a call, 765-453-1448, extension 7. Thank you so much for being willing to consider being a volunteer for Leadership Training for Christ in the Midwest, and know that you are important.